I've always been vocal about these things before Corona. I was vocal about a lot of political things during the terrorism things. I was vocal about a lot of laws made in England. I got in trouble for some of the stuff I said about the laws made in England. I have always been a huge advocate for personal freedom. I'm a libertarian.
Right. Me too.
I'm a personal, I really believe people should be free. Now, I'm not saying we should live in anarchy, right?
Yeah.
No one should run around and kill each other. I believe people should be free. But we now live in a society where year on year, everything's changing. And it happens so gradually that no one notices, right? We now all accept, I think if you ask anybody, we accept that everything you say on your phone is spied on. I think you'd probably accept where I go and what I talk about on my phone. If the police want to know, they'd know, right? They wouldn't need a warrant. They wouldn't need to take the phone. They just type in a few numbers, boom, they know.
But you see, you're appealing to again to the same ideology. Us against them, they can see, they can see. But fucking, it's not a structure of people and they are against us.
No, it's not. No, of course it's not. It's not a little room of people
exactly
who are in charge of the world like that. No. But when I say us against them, I do mean the common people against the people who are in charge. I do mean that. Because the people who are in charge have realized that with the internet, with free information, everything I've said about Corona and the vaccine will never be on the news. Because of Andy and his large reach, and because me and him are good friends, I now get to put my opinion out to people and I get to change people's minds. Before the internet, all the propaganda worked. The Vietnam War, do you know why I went to war in Vietnam? We went to war in Vietnam because the Vietnamese attacked a boat and they attacked the American boat. Fake, didn't happen. Made it up, killed millions. The American government just made it up. Bay of Pigs in Cuba, you can go through history and look at every war we've ever started. The reason was made up. And they make it up and they put it on the news and nobody knows any better, right? But now because we have the internet, people can start coming along and saying, wait, that didn't happen. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. If I didn't have access to the internet and I only watched the Romanian news, I'd be scared to go outside.
Because that's the only information you get.
I'd be looking like Corona. I'd be afraid. Fear.
So where do you get your news?
I get my news from my own sources. I do my own research, right? And this is my exact point. So we're living in a world now where it's harder. Corona's proved they can still do it. But it's much harder to brainwash the population. So what happens when you have a population of people who work for nothing? Effectively, most people working minimum wage jobs can't even afford to survive. That's capitalism, right? You have a whole bunch of people who can work for basically nothing. The government destroys them. The government steals. Everyone knows. I'm not talking about the Romanian government. I'm talking about every government. The government doesn't give you anything you want, and you're just sitting there working your ass off in Starbucks for basically nothing. And you're going to get pissed off about it, right? And now you can look up on the internet and you can realize a few things that I learned on the internet. That money isn't real, how much they print, how much they steal, why inflation happens, the fact that a mortgage is probably a bad idea, everything you were told in school is a lie. You start realizing all these things. So then what do? You realize, oh shit, we need more control. To stop bad things happening, to stop these people waking up, we need more control. We need to know what they're doing, what they're saying, where they're going. We need to tell them what time to be home. We need to keep them afraid of something else. Don't be afraid of the government that's destroying you. Be afraid of Corona with its 99.9% survival rate. It's all just a mechanism to control people, just like religion used to be. And I'm actually pro-religion now. I'm actually pro-religion, but religion used to be the control mechanism. Since the dawn of time, the people in charge found a reason to make everybody comply.